All right, guys, cleans. Let's talk about the setup first. Finding your grip width is going to be something that you definitely want to play with. Depending on your mobility, there are certainly advantages to a wider grip in the clean, meaning the bar will hit you higher in your contact point. You've got a faster potential turnover in that way, and a wider grip setup for your jerk then, which will be, again, more efficient if possible. Now, for a lot of us, though, that wider grip is going to put a lot more torque on the shoulder and elbow due to the external rotation that's required. So a narrower grip, this is definitely for me, or was when my mobility was worse, a narrower grip is definitely the way to go if your mobility sucks in the front rack. Okay, it will allow you to get your elbows a lot higher and put less torque and stress at the elbow and get away with more of a fingertip grip, okay, which is the next point in the setup. We're going to start with a hook grip, and I'll have Haley turn her hand over on one side so you can see what a hook grip is. That's going to be the thumb going between the barbell and those first couple fingers. And then what's really important, and I'll come in closer for you guys to see this, is that I don't want to grab my whole freaking thumb. That can be really painful, okay? I only want to get just below that knuckle as my hook grip there, okay? So I'll have my hook grip, and then that's something that, again, depending on your mobility, is something that ideally you're going to be able to hold on to, or for most of us, realistically, you're going to have to release that hook grip in order to get into a good front rack like you would have the bar for a front squat, okay? So let's first grab the bar and put it on our shoulders like we would for a front squat. And that's generally how I like to find my grip. If you can get into a really nice front squat position and do a front squat, that's amazing. And then we'll know we'll be able to clean there. Okay, so that's going to be our grip width. Go ahead and bring the bar down. And right there. So with that grip width, this is where her contact point is going to be when her arms are hanging straight. So I want you guys, when you're doing this, if you're new, take notice, okay? After you do some reps, if you find that your legs are getting beat up and bruised down here, you've got some issues with being impatient, and that's a really good indicator. Right here where you're sitting with the arms straight, that's your contact point and where you should be getting bruised up if you are, okay? So in the setup, we've got that. Now I want to pull my shoulders straight down like a reverse shrug and then lock my back into place, okay? I'll bend the knees just a little bit, keeping my balance even on the whole foot. If I were to center any one point, it'd be right about here on my foot, the ball of that midfoot. And then I want shoulders on top of the bar. Yeah, so still in the power position, but just, yeah, not leaning back. Cool. So this is going to be position one, okay? From here, she's going to transition down to the knees, still keeping that same balance point, and that's how she's going to find her back angle. She's going to now lower down to mid-shin, and that's going to be her start position, okay? Now I'll let her take a quick break, and we're going to demo a rep or two. What she's going to do is set up in that start position and then do her best, which she does a great job of maintaining her back angle through that first pull, right? Not letting her butt shoot up where she ends up swinging the bar out, but also not lifting shoulders first where she has to go out and around the knees, and now her hips are chasing the bar and we're kicking it out and around. Let's have a look. Woo. One more time. Nice. Cool. And then a final point on timing of that contact and pull. So a big piece on the clean, obviously guys, just like the snatch, is that timing component. We want to make sure that we're getting the most out of our lower body, which is doing the bulk of the work, and that our arms aren't taking away from that. What that means is as I go through my first and second pull here, driving with my legs, I want to avoid bending early with the arms and creating essentially a shock absorber, right? Where when I push and drive with my legs, I lose that power because it bleeds into that broken chain, okay? There is one caveat I'll make. There are some world record cleans and snatches done with bent elbows, okay? Here's the key. If your elbows do bend a little bit, maybe it's more in the snatch than the clean. Could be because you have arms like mine that are long as a monkey's. And so you're just trying to get the bar a little higher. The key is that that elbow bend needs to be maintained, okay? It's not necessarily the end of the world. I wouldn't encourage it if you don't have one. But if you already have one and everyone's been telling you to get rid of it and you simply can't, maybe it's because your body is a little smarter and it figured out something you needed to do. The key is this though, make sure that as you make that contact, video yourself and watch it, that the elbow stays bent. And that means you're strong enough and you're maintaining tension there. If you're not strong enough in the upper body, that elbow bend is going to get broken. Then you know you need to clean that thing up and get straight arms in that finish. Okay? Let's watch one last rep and we'll call it a day here. Nice. Cleans.